Before we get into today's video, I just want to let you know this is actually going to be a 3-part video, maybe 2 parts. The first part, which you're watching now, is actually going to be the building of the Ikea shelving unit called the Detolf or DETOLF, which I'll link that in the description. But we're going to be building this out today, getting the top ready, everything like that. And then part 2, which will come out tomorrow, will actually be the scaping of the enclosure. And then part 3 will be the introduction of the new little hammy to his brand new mansion. So stay tuned for that. But before we get into the video, I wanted to go ahead and give a positive comment shout out. Usually I do these kind of spread out through the video, and today I'm going to do it in the beginning. Today's positive comment shout out actually is going to come from the video from 1 week ago, Dumpster Hamster Gets New Home Do-It-Yourself Enclosure. And this comment came from Michelle Abbott. And Michelle says, Chris, this is fantastic. That little hamster has a whole mansion to him herself. And little Max Robert is so cute. And you're so sweet with him. Yes, he is very cute, isn't he? It makes me smile. Some foraging toys for the hamster are always good. Just about every animal we keep as a pet can use some good enrichment in their life. Love from Australia. Michelle, I really appreciate the positive comment. I appreciate the support, you watching and you commenting. So once again, that's our positive comment shout out for today. And hey, before we get in this video, go ahead and like it. And if you haven't subscribed, please do that before you go. But we appreciate it. Let's get into today's video. What is going on, everyone? Well, let me zoom out here. Okay, what's going on, everyone? We are back for yet another video, and today what we're going to be doing is focusing on hamsters again. So hopefully you guys like it. The hamster video did really well, and oh my gosh, the kids are loving the hamster. In fact, right here, you see this video that Madeline, my oldest daughter, sent to me while I was out of town. She got online and researched what kind of little treats she could give the hamster while I was gone, and this is what she's been feeding the hamster. Carrots and strawberries and things of that nature, which the hamster loves. Everybody loves the hamster, so we are focusing on the hamster again today, but today we're gonna be building a crazy enclosure for a hamster. What we're gonna start with is this. Yep, that right there. Yep, that's gonna be our hamster enclosure. Cardboard? No, I'm just kidding. So what this is right here is this is a shelving unit from Ikea. The Ikea Detolf, I believe it's called a Detolf. I don't know, I'm guessing, Detolf. It's a glass case, more like a curio cabinet that we are actually going to place on top of this cabinet right here. I'm not gonna bore you completely with building this thing out right here, just simply because there's instructions in it and they're perfectly fine. So I'll run a time lapse of me building it, but we're gonna have to modify it just a little bit. So there is a glass lid. We're gonna see how that works. Everybody else says you really need to build your own lid, so we're gonna see how that goes. But more than likely what I'll end up doing is building my own lid, and you'll see how that goes as well. But yeah, let's get into building this thing real quick, and then we'll go through our supply list as far as what we're gonna put in this enclosure. As I started unboxing this thing, I realized that if any of you guys want to do this particular build, you're going to have to know how to modify this thing. So I am going to take a break throughout this time lapse and kind of tell you the pieces that you need to not put on and what changes about the instructions. So the build is done. And basically you are going to take steps all the way, and I will tell you this too, you really should have 2 people doing this, especially if you're tiny and you can't hold heavy pieces of glass, because if this stuff falls and breaks, it's gonna hurt you. Definitely use 2 people to put this thing together, but essentially you are going to take this all the way to step 9. After step 9, you're done. Nothing past step 9. And there are like 22 steps. You end up with a whole bag of hardware that you don't need. And you can keep this if you want to keep it, or throw it away. You don't need it. We're gonna get this thing set up on the cabinet here, and we'll start talking about what else we have to do. Okay, so we have, whoa, there we go. We have the enclosure up here now. So basically, you have this gap under here that can cause the glass to bow and break. So we need to put something under here to really kind of support it. Now I could cut a piece of wood, or better yet, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna use a couple of pieces of the wood floor that I have down here underneath here, which will give it a nice natural look underneath in case the substrate gets moved or anything like that. Plus it'll serve a second purpose, which is to support this and keep it from breaking. So we're gonna take a couple of pieces of wood and put that under here now. So as you can see, I just placed 2 pieces of wood underneath here, which is, like I said, just wood flooring. I think this is 12mm thick wood flooring. You can use whatever you want, a piece of plywood, whatever it is. You just need something that's going to keep this piece of glass from bowing. And in reality, if you had some shelf that was literally just the length of the glass where these overhangs, because as you can see, there's a little bit of a lip. You just want that overhanging because you don't want this piece of glass bowing and eventually breaking. So now I have a fully firm surface that's not going to break. Now it's time to build a lid. Let me show you how we're going to do this. Okay, we're going to pick up 1 roll of hardware cloth. Not that one, it's bent. Job here is so every time you pick this thing up, you don't get 14,286 splinters in your hand.
That's a very precise number.
That's a lot of splinters.
Hey guys, I don't want to do this because Chris is over there and he might be listening, but if you haven't joined my channel yet, it's Finatic with an F. If you didn't put the pieces together, it's not a PH, it's just an F. But basically, I make outdoor related content. I just did a Dollar Shave Club sponsored video, so if you want to go to dollarshaveclub.com/finatic, can. Chris, I'm so sorry if you're editing this, but you should put it in.
Guess what?
What?
We're done sanding.
We are?
Yep.
Let's go, muchacho! We should start saying shiver me timbers.
Shiver me timbers. Shiver.
Oh, shiver me timbers. Please, let's put that on a shirt.
Hey, let's go check this out on top of the cage and make sure it looks like it. Let's see. Well, shiver me timbers, it fits.
Yes! Dude, this thing is sick.
So the idea is, though, is that this will be the top, right? And then underneath here, we're gonna lay a nice sheet of hardware cloth. We're gonna staple it in. So when this is flipped over like so, you have a nice finished edge.
And then basically
like so.
what we can do is put our light on top of here.
The hamster enclosure is together. We also got the top on it. Thanks to Brenton and his tin snipping ability, we have got the hardware cloth in. We'll make some modifications to that at some point, but right now everything is good. Look at that. We have a light in here
So-
for the hammy.
It's not gonna be on all day, but you know, like when we're filming, we need to show you guys the hamster. There's a light.
Yeah, look at this thing. Now it's time to get this thing together. All right, guys, so what I've done is I've taken a little piece of wood and I have grooved out little slots to allow this to sit down over the bar so it sits flush with the bottom of the glass. And this is going to allow us to border the substrate. So on this side over here is going to be completely sand for a sand bath, where his wheel's going to be, or her wheel, everything else. And then everything over here is going to gradually grow up into the tunnel system and all of the substrate, the soft bedding substrate over here with toys and everything else. Stay tuned for this.